if you walk in your sleep, forget where you came.
Forget where you came, yeah. Don't bring up my name.
10:32, right back here in the heart of the River Bend, Dow on the farm. And Tom, how do I say it?
Cairns.
Oh, thank you for saving me. I botch at least one thing throughout every interview I do.
Yeah.
This is something I'm really excited about because for months I've been trying to, I just had this idea. Let's learn about beekeeping. It's become a lot of people are starting their process with it, but you guys have done a pretty darn good job with what you've done. You're at the Artisan Farmers Market in Alton. You're over in Jerseyville with their farmers market. Tom, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, CJ.
Well, take me through this. So I'm just going to ask you right off the bat, how did you get into beekeeping?
Well, I have a lot of people ask me that, and actually it started with two of the guys I worked with were going to get bees, get a beehive. So I thought, well, I might like to do that too. So I got a beehive, not knowing that there's a lot to it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little more advanced than a dog.
It is. It's a little bit more advanced than a dog or cat, and it's a lot of work. But I found out that first winter that you do have to know more than just having a hive. I mean, you got to learn how to keep them. They're just like other animals. I mean, you got to feed them and take care of them. And but I lost mine the first winter, so I thought, if I'm going to spend this much money on them, I'm going to learn something.
Right. It makes sense, right?
Yep. So I joined a bee club in St. Louis at that time because that's the only one I kind of knew about. Mm-hmm. And I joined that. It was back in, I believe it was 2001.
Oh, so you've been doing this for
let's see. I'll take that back. 2011.
Oh,
yeah.
Still,
yeah,
that's
it's
a
about
while.
yeah, it's about 13, 14 years. So that's be about 2001, I guess, 2002. But anyway, since I joined that bee club and started learning how to do it, it's just been uphill since. I mean, I've had some losses, and which is a learning experience.
Right.
I mean, it lets you know what you don't know.
Well, let me ask you about this. So, how long did it take for you to start this process of producing your own honey and and selling it?
Okay. Well, I would say the first year I made two honey supers of honey, which is 2 boxes. One, I started out after I joined the club. I increased to 2 hives. I bought 2 hives because I recommend, and a lot of other beekeepers recommend, if you are starting out, to start out with 2.
Now, why is that?
Well, because bees are like your kids. They're different. They all have different personalities and different strengths. Okay. Now, going through the winter, if you have 2 hives and you lose one, you still got 1 left.
Gotcha.
If you only got 1 and you lose 1, you're out.
That makes sense.
And plus, by having 2 hives or more, you can supplement 1 hive that's weaker with some from the stronger one, because there's usually always one stronger than the other one.
So you can mix bees from different hives together?
Yes, you can take frames out of 1 hive and put them in another one. Long as it's kind of the right bees. I mean, if it's bees that's got, frames that have brood on them.
Okay.
You can take that out and put it in another hive.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That makes sense. Well, and see, this is what's so fascinating because I have so many questions about this. I mean, I think the common misconception a lot of us hear is there only 1 queen in a beehive, or are there multiple queens?
There can be more than 1.
Okay.
Yep. A lot of times we don't know that there are 2. And because when we inspect a hive, if we go in and find the queen right away, we usually quit a lot of times.
Gotcha.
And there could be another one down in there that we don't know about. See, a queen can make another queen, which would be her daughter. Okay. And they can both work together for a while.
Gotcha.
And sometimes they will allow that, but then they'll get rid of the
older
old one.
queen.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Yep.
And that's what I was going to ask, because that's just kind of interesting to me, if there was any like balance of power or anything, because it's these bees. I mean, they're very intelligent.
They are.
And
they are.
What was the most surprising start for or thing for you when you started that you learned about these bees?
Well, one of the things that fascinates me is how the bees know where to go and how to get back to where they come from, because they can fly as far as 2 to 3 miles from the hive to forage on nectar or pollen. And you can take a hive that's in one area and you can move it to another area, in other words, get rid of it. And the bees, all the bees that are out will come right back there, even though there's no hive there.
Wow.
They have that in their GPS. I mean, they do. Yeah.
Rerouting.
Rerouting. Yep.
Well, take us through. So when you're getting started, you went and joined that club, which
Yes.
to me it seems like the number of beekeepers or anyone in the your guys' industry is growing and growing. Is there a club around here locally now?
Yes. There's well, not locally, but there is an Illinois club. Okay. And it's St. Clair Beekeepers, and they're located in Belleville. Okay, that's where the main meeting place is. But they also meet in Edwardsville at a farm bureau. So see, it's closer that way. And that way it's not so far to go to Belleville every time, because that's 50 miles for me,
right,
one way,
right.
And it's a good club, and also they're starting a class the 11th of February. They're going to have a beginner's beekeeping class.
Oh, that's perfect.
So anybody that wants to get started into beekeeping or wants to learn more about beekeeping can go to that class. And you go to their website, and it's St. Clair Beekeeper.com, and all the information you need to sign up for the class, pay for it, and all that is right there on the website.
That's incredible. So I think that segues this perfectly. If for anyone out there that's watching this right now and they've been interested in this, what is your first suggestion or your first bit of advice for somebody that's interested in doing this?
Okay. My first suggestion is don't start out like I did and not know anything. Research what about bees. Find somebody that has bees. Maybe have a mentor, and join a club. You don't have to. I mean, it's good to go to the club meetings. They're once a month, and you'll learn from other beekeepers that go to the meeting. Some of the problems they have,
right,
and things like that. You learn from that. And then you may have questions about what's going to happen, what you need to do, how do I get started, things like that. Or you can buy a bee book, how to take care of bees.
And you know what?
Read that.
You're right, because so many of us really don't do that. We go, we want the dog, we want the cat, we want the bees.
That's right.
But we never look up maybe how to take care of them. I do want to add on to what you said about the class. I'm on stclairbees.com, and I have the complete agenda. Listen to this, guys. Introductions and housekeeping, bee biology, colony behavior, equipment you'll need, your first hive, how you acquire them, how you set it up. Lunch is even there.
Yes.
Opening and inspecting your hive, pest management, the beekeeping year, season management activities. All of that, guys, is $60 for the first attendee, and for additional family members, there's only an additional $30 on top of that. And you can get more information at stclairbees.com. That's stclairbees.com. Back over to Tom.
Okay.
Just had to throw that plug in for you guys, because that is so cool.
I appreciate it, CJ.
So when you're getting into this, maybe a year or two in after you're starting to learn a little bit more, is that when you started thinking maybe I could start selling this honey?
Okay, the first, I didn't really finish what I started a while ago about how I got into having extra honey. Okay, the first year, when you first get started into beekeeping, you're starting out with nothing, basically. You have all your equipment. You start out with a box, and you have your frames in there with the foundation on them that the bees use to put the comb on. They draw the comb out on the foundation. And so when you first start out, you're starting out without wax, okay? wax is the biggest asset of a beekeeper. Okay, it's like you're going in with bees can make wax or honey, one or the other. They can't. It's hard to get them to do both because it takes so much nectar to make the wax.
Gotcha.
You understand me? Okay, so if you want to have honey, you need to have a lot of that wax already drawn out. So first year, you usually don't get a lot of honey, okay? But I was lucky and I got 2 supers of it. So that's about, say, a good half a gallon to a 5-gallon bucket of honey. Okay, that's a lot of honey for somebody that.
I was about to
just
say,
start-
that'll
it is.
last you the year, I think, huh?
Oh, it does, yeah. And I did everything in the house, okay? Because I didn't have any equipment to extract or anything.
Oh, wow.
So I just had to literally scrape the wax off the frames and then just let it drip in through a strainer to get all the big parts out and everything. You
I'll be damned.
Anything that's in there. And anyway, when you're taking care of honey, you get stickies everywhere. I mean, it ends up on the door handles. It ends up on the cabinet
I
handles.
bet the wife loved it.
Oh, she loved it. She said, "That's it. It's all out of here now." So I had to come up with a room out in the shed to do everything. Okay, so that was kind of the start. And then the next year, those 2 hives, I got them through the winter. And anytime you get a hive through the winter, you've got a start for the next year.
Gotcha.
You can take that hive after you learn how to do it, and you can actually split it into 2 hives. Okay, and then you start another hive. It's like a cow or a hog having a baby. You know, you're expanding your herd.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Right.
okay. Now to do that, you have to take a couple of frames of brood out and start a new colony. Now you either have to let them make a new queen for that, or you purchase one. Okay, and if you purchase one, then you just have to introduce that queen into the new colony or into the old colony. You can take the old queen and put it in with the new one.
Okay.
And then let them make one or introduce a new queen.
Now, how long does that process take?
That takes for a queen to hatch. It takes 16 days. Okay, that's from the time the egg is laid.
Okay.
From the well, if there's already eggs in there and you're going to make a new one, let them make it. That egg takes 16 days from the time it's laid until it hatches.
Gotcha.
Now, worker brood takes 21 days to hatch. Okay?
Wow.
That's from egg laying till the hatch.
Wow.
And drones, which are the males.
And those are the gatherers, right?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay,
no,
sorry.
Nope. Those are the foragers.
Oh, gotcha.
The drones. All the drones do is they mate the queen, any queen, and they eat food. That's it.
That sounds like a great job.
It's a good job. But when they mate, they die. So it's not too good a job. I mean, it's.
I got to weigh out the pros and cons
You know
a
what I
little
mean?
bit
Yeah,
longer.
you'd have to. Yeah. That's the last job they do if they get to do it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm not real sure what the lifespan is on a drone, but I know on a worker bee during the harvest season, they only lived about 45 days.
Really?
Yeah, because they worked themselves to death, going and
Gotcha.
coming. And foraging is the last job they do in a hive. When they're born, when a bee is first born, they're born full size. They don't ever get bigger. I mean, that's it.
Wow.
Now, their wings may develop a little bit better, things like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, the first job they do is take care of their bed. They take care of the cell that they were born in. They clean it up, get it ready for the next egg that's going to be deposited by the queen.
Wow.
And then the job they do for the next, maybe 2 weeks is they take care of the queen and they help her get stuff ready for laying eggs. See, the queen does not eat herself. She does not feed herself. She does not defecate herself or anything. They take care of her completely.
Wow.
They feed her, they clean her, they do everything for her. And they even decide, I didn't know this at first, I always thought the queen kind of ran the hive.
The yard, right.
Right, but they don't. I call it a committee, okay? There's like elders in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay. Because if you just think about it, if something happens to the queen, they already make ready for her replacement. I mean, and if something happened to her and she was running it, she wouldn't know what to do. I mean, she wouldn't be there to do it.
Right.
So they have to decide, and they're called. I can't think of the name of it. But it is a bunch of the older bees that they decide what's going to happen in the hive. If the queen's not doing good, they decide, well, we better get another queen. So they'll make arrangements for her to lay an egg in a cell, and that's going to be her replacement. She don't know it maybe, but that's her replacement.
I've never thought about a bee mafia before. Oh my God, this is so cool.
They call them the alpha bees. Alpha.
Gotcha.
Okay, it's like dogs and cats. You know,
Yep.
There's the older ones, and
my God.
yeah, they control it. Yep.
That is incredible. So take us to, we got 12 minutes left in the show, and I
Okay.
could talk to bees all day long.
Oh, yeah,
This is cool as hell.
I could too.
Well, take us through. So you're, a couple years in, you had more honey than you knew what to do with.
Right.
And so is that what led you into this?
Yes. Okay. Now, at the time I was working, so taking care of the bees takes quite a bit of time, and when you're working, the only time you really have maybe is weekends, evenings, things like that. Okay. So you try to figure out ways to make things easier. Okay. I fell in love with beekeeping. It became a passion. And by doing that, I mean, I would attend almost every bee meeting that I could. I joined, right now I belong to four different clubs. And I just go, well, I don't go to as many meetings now, but at first I would go to one every month. And sometimes, clubs stagger their meeting.
So they don't compete.
So they don't compete.
Gotcha.
So you can go to 3 or 4 meetings in 1 month, They're different weeks or different nights of the week so that, you can attend many. And I did. I attended as many as I could. And then I also I went to conferences and things like that where you would go to maybe another state. And there's one that's called the HSA. It's Heartland, or HAS. It's Heartland Apicultural Society. And they have a conference every year. It's in July, and I always like to go to it because sometimes it'll be in Kentucky, sometimes Tennessee, Missouri, Illinois, different places sponsor it. And so you get to learn from a lot of the big bee gurus. I mean, I'm talking commercial guys that have thousands of hives.
So
okay?
they know a thing or two about
They
a
know
thing
a thing or two, right, they do. So you try to learn from the people that's been successful.
Right.
Okay. Now I started out with 2, like I said, and then the next year I added 1 more. So then I had 3, plus I split them, I believe. So I probably had 5 or 6 hives the next year. Well, when you start bees grow. That's just their nature. They grow in numbers.
They multiply.
They multiply. So you have to do something about that. And in the early spring is when they really multiply, because that's their way of procreating themselves.
Gotcha.
They get real big and then they swarm. Half of them swarm. They make a new queen, and half the hive will swarm with the old queen.
Gotcha.
And then the new queen that hatches, which there is only about a 70% chance of her going out mating and coming back. See, when a queen is born, the first week of her life, she goes out and mates. She'll make 2 or 3 mating flights, and she goes out to an area called the drone congregating area. And these drones that we talked about a while ago, they go there every day to this drone congregating area, and they come from all around the area. I mean, they fly 2, 3 miles, 4 miles away from where their original house is. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And all they do is go there to find a queen. So if they go there all day and no queen shows up, they go back to the hive. And a drone has free reign of any hive in a bee yard. They can go in any hive, and the bees let them in.
So they don't need to be tailored to that hive.
That's right.
Gotcha.
If a bee belongs to a hive and they try to go to another one, a lot of times they'll keep them away. They won't let them in, see?
That makes sense.
Yeah, but the drones can come in, they eat, whatever. Now, in the fall, usually around October, they start kicking all the drones out for winter. They actually won't let them stay in the hive. They kick them out. They won't let them in because all they're doing is eating. And they need to conserve the food.
Survival, right?
Survival.
There. Yep.
That's the survival. Yep.
Wow. Well, it actually leads to my next question because I had a couple more for you, and this has been so cool, and I really appreciate you coming in. What are some of the hazards? Whether it's predators for the bees, natural predators, or if it's just some of the weather that you guys have to deal with. What are some of those things that we need to keep an eye out for?
Okay. I apologize for bouncing around so much.
No, this is how I work.
Hey, there's just so much about this that it's hard to stay on one.
You and I are on the same page because I'm all over the place. You know? This is cool.
Okay, now some of the predators of the bee. Now I talked about the queen going out to mate. Okay, her chances of going out and mating and coming back in a successful mating flight, and that can be 2 to 3 trips out, and she will mate with anywhere from 15 up to 25 different drones.
Wow.
So that's how bees get the diversity. See, there's drones from all over the area.
Gotcha.
And that's how they protect themselves from having all one genetic, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why over the years since I've been beekeeping, I try to get queens from all different queen producers. So I have a lot of different genetics.
You're right, because they need to mutate to survive for the next 100 years.
That's right. And you want queens that they make it through the winter, so they have survival rate that way. You want bees that are kind of gentle. You don't want them to be real, stingy and
real
hungry.
aggressive.
Hot we call them.
Oh.
You don't want them to be hot.
Wait, that's a pro wrestling term too, right there.
Yeah. And there's other characteristics you try to get from different queens,
right? So
that you want. But here's a predator. Okay, a queen goes out to mate, and when a queen goes out of the hive to mate, she goes out, goes straight up, and then straight out.
Okay.
She doesn't go low, and I guess the reason that is kind of like a jet. When we fly on a jet, it goes straight up into the hive, and then out. Okay, now on the way out or on the way back, because she's going 3-4 miles away, there could be a blue jay or a hawk or anything sees that queen because she's bigger, so she sticks out. They go to get the queen, she's gone. So they lose their queen right there.
Wow.
And there's only 3 days from the time that the egg is hatched. No, I take that back. There's 6 days from the time the egg is hatched for them to make a new queen. Okay, so if something happens to the old queen and they need to make a new one, time could have gone by where that's possible.
Right.
So that's how you end up with a queenless hive, see?
Got you.
So then you got to make preparations for another replacement.
Wow. And take us through that. So what causes, have you had experience, this is my last question, I'll ask you where we can find your products.
Okay.
Have you had to deal with a hive becoming over-aggressive, and what are some of the causes for that?
Okay. When a hive is becoming over-aggressive, what that means in my learning and everything from it is, okay, the characteristics of a queen is it comes from the drones that they mate from, okay? The drone, so it's like the father.
Gotcha.
Well, it's not really their father. Now this is getting into another topic. The drone is not the father of the bee. It's actually almost like the grandfather, because bees are, I mean, this is getting into science.
This family tree could go 8,000 directions here on
it could, yeah, it could. So, but the drones are the ones that have the gene for the characteristic of the how the bees act, okay? And but now, how they get aggressive is when your hive requeens. And it requeens, say, over time. Mm-hmm. They're mating with a lot of different drones, so there could be a time later when they're mating with drones that are hot or ornery.
And their personality trait goes on.
That's right. So then the bees, because I have hives that's like that, they keep tending to get hotter and hotter.
Got you.
But I have also found out that the bees that are the meanest are the best honey producers. believe it or not. Now, I don't know why.
Wow.
But they're more aggressive, I guess. I don't know.
They're working. They're just full of energy.
Oh,
you know.
man, yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
got about a minute left.
Okay.
In the show today. Where can we find your honey? And what if you have any information? Can we get in touch with you?
Yes, I have my phone number is area code 618-972-8282.
Okay.
And you can call me anytime. I have the honey at the house. Now, I also carry honey at different stores, and I'll read off where I have it. But Godfrey Meat Market,
Yep.
up here in Godfrey. I have some at the Ruby Wren,
Okay.
which used to just be down here. Now they've moved up to
Godfrey Road.
Monticello,
Oh,
yeah,
Monticello, yeah.
Monticello Plaza, and then there's the Olive Oil Marketplace,
Right over
which is
here?
just right down the road here. There's Hans's Meat Market down
Right here?
Yep, right here. There's Little Buddy Meat Market, which is a subsidiary of the Hansons,
Gotcha.
up in Jerseyville. Okay, and then I also have it at Sinclair's Food in Jerseyville, and then of course I sell from home, and if I can't. If somebody can't come to the house and pick it up, I will make arrangements to meet them somewhere, like in Alton or something, halfway to their home so they can pick it up.
That is incredible, and I'm serious. I mean, you guys are just becoming a staple here for beekeeping. With how many places you're at, the growth is there, and I guess you're planning on beekeeping for a little bit longer, huh?
Well, I'm going to downsize this year.
Are you?
Yep. So I might as well make this plug. I'm going to start selling some of my hives because I'm getting older,
Okay.
and it's a lot of work. And the honey production is one of the biggest labor producing parts. Which a lot of times, most of the time when you get the honey, it's 100 degrees out.
Oh yeah.
Plus, you got to wear a coat, a veil, all this protective equipment, gloves. That just makes it hotter yet. Okay. I try to get as many younger people or other beekeepers that want to learn the trade and have them help me. And I've had a lot of good helpers.
That is just incredible.
So if I could get that, I'd probably keep going. If I could do more mentoring instead of production,
Right. And you could call 618-972-8282 for more information. I got to have you back on the show. This was
Okay.
fun. I'll see you all tomorrow at 9 o'clock on the dot to end the week. So on that note, just have a great day and try your best to stay out of jail.